What's up, guys? This is Ian. Today we're going to be reviewing everything we've learned so far. Might seem like a lot, but it really isn't that much. So to do this, I'll store all of the values of integers between 1 and 1000 that are either multiples of 3 or 5, and then output the array, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to want to start with the for loop, right? So for int I equals 1, I is less than or equal to 1000 I plus plus, which means add to I. We want to have an array, so let's make an integer array. Int my array equals new int, and let's give it a default capacity of 1000. So now we need to check if they're a multiple of 3 or 5. So if I is a multiple of 3, we use the modulus thing, or I is a multiple, I is a multiple of 5, modulus, right? So if I remainder 3 equals 0, or I remainder 5 equals 0, then we're going to store it in the array. So my array, my array dot, my array I equals I. Now this is a very bad way to do it because we're using arrays. Normally we'd use lists, which I'll cover later, but yeah, we're gonna use arrays. Now let's make a while loop to loop through all of the array elements. So let's do this. While my array, so let's do what int I equals 1, okay, while I is less than the length of my array. At the end we're going to want to increment. This is basically a for loop, but I just want to use a while loop so you know how to use while loops. So we're going to do system.out.print my array I. Brackets. Now, let's rename this to J because we already have I in the other one. Now let's see what happens when we run it. Ooh, there's an error. Oh, duh. Okay, let's try it again. Array index out of bounds exception 1000. That's not good. That's because we have my array.length, which is the length, but it doesn't start at 0. And array indexes start at 0, so yeah, we're gonna want to do I minus 1 over here. Or we could change the for loop, but let's just do this. And my array length minus 1. So let's try that now. Let's do print lines so we can see stuff easier. Now, what's with all these zeros? That's because we're printing every single element in the array, and some of them aren't initialized because we're not using lists. So you could do this. If my array j, so if that specific element is equal to 0, then don't print it out. So we're just going to leave that blank. You could always just do not equals, but I want to use else's. So yeah, there you go. Now this is making sure that everything is not equal to 0. So there we have it. Outputs everything. And this is also the first problem on Project Euler, which is a cool programming website you might want to check out. So yeah, we've made our first program, and that's good. Now you're ready to learn about objects. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like my videos. Bye bye.